All right, then, guys, it's Tuesday and also the first day of Chinese New Year, which is the 1st of February. But anyway, let's go to the news today. So let's head over to Wall Street Journal. I actually opened up a few tabs that I'm actually interested in. Let's see. All right, New York Times buys Wordle. Okay, the only reason why I'm actually even interested in this news to begin with is because I've actually been playing Wordle. I haven't really been playing every single day, but I have been playing, and I've been winning. A genius. But yeah, Wordle, pretty interesting. And they are going to be buying it for a low seven figure. That's pretty good. I'm assuming it's about like $2-3 million for the game itself. New York Times gonna buy it over. A very simple game that basically went viral. Yeah, okay. With millions of people playing the puzzle daily, according to the New York Times. Only 90 people played it in November 1st, and then afterwards, then it kind of went viral. And yada yada yada. And yeah, I just thought it was quite cool that we saw them being acquired. The acquisition of Wordle comes after the Times earlier this month agreed to acquire the sports media company, The Athletic, for 550 million. Yeah, okay. Nothing else about this Wordle, but yeah, pretty cool. All right. This is by far the most interesting one news that we actually have for today, which is Sony, which is buying the video game maker. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this name. Okay, Bungie, Bungie, Bung, Bun, 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 Bungie. Okay, anyway, Sony's gonna buy his company for $3.6 billion. And yeah, basically, I think that this is a kind of what Sony's trying to do after what Microsoft did with Activision. And if you are not aware of it, when Microsoft acquired Activision, Sony lost a lot of money in terms of their share prices because everyone basically think that if Microsoft is your main competitor and they did such a huge acquisition, Sony is not doing anything, and it's kind of weird since Sony not doing anything, they kind of just plunge in price. Of course, added on with a lot of other external pressure, such as how the market is going down. But yeah, I think Sony just got destroyed at that time. But yeah, let's see what this deal is all about actually, because I don't know. I'm not that big of a game guy kind of guy, so is buying video game developer, the studio that created Halo and Destiny franchises in a deal valued at 3.6 billion. Okay, fair enough. Um, Today, Halo is owned by Sony, and the series is available through Microsoft Xbox system and not Sony's PlayStation. Huh? With the deal for Bungie or whatever, Sony would gain control of Destiny, which is already on both PlayStation and Xbox. Huh. Okay. Huh. The recent deal activity gives big console game makers additional ways to compete against each other by acquiring content they could offer exclusively to their customers at launch through subscription services or other means. Microsoft stands against one of the most popular shooter franchise, Activision Call of Duty. Once those company merged, a Call of Duty title has been the best or second best selling game in the US every single year since 2010, according to the market research firm NPD Group. Has created and continued to evolve some of the world's most beloved video game franchises, and by aligning its value with people's desire to share gameplay experiences, they bring together millions of people around the world. Huh. Yeah, honestly, after reading this whole entire thing, I just realized that there's not really much reason for Sony to do this, other than the fact that they just kind of want to win Microsoft in their own game, I guess. But even then, they're buying over a company who basically created a game that is now almost exclusively on Microsoft platform. Um, And if I'm not mistaken, I think Halo actually had a comeback game. I think it was like Halo Infinite or something. But yeah, I'm not very sure what Sony's play is with this. With a significantly smaller company at that as well. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there should be some increase in price, I guess. I didn't really check the stocks market for the Japanese market earlier today because I'm not sure if they actually celebrate Chinese New Year, so they might. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Okay, let's see. Teen who demanded $50,000 from Elon Musk is now targeting more billionaires' jets. Okay, so I actually saw this so-called tweet back and forth with this 19-year-old, yeah, Jack Sweeney. Apparently, he was like talking to Elon Musk about it, and now basically he has been blocked by Elon Musk after turning down $5,000 to shut down a Twitter service that tracks Musk's private jet and making an unrequited demand for $50,000 or at least an internship opportunity. I knew he had a plane, as a fan of SpaceX and Tesla stuff. I thought that Elon Musk jet bot would reveal like where he's going and what business he's doing. Yeah, I mean, he still hopes Musk will come back to the bargaining table, but in the meantime, he's still launching a business called Ground Control that monitors the flight activities of additional high-interest planes. Yeah, so basically, just someone who is very, very interested in planes, and also, I think that's pretty smart because what he's basically doing right here, he is showing his talent in why Elon Musk should basically hire him, or at least give him a chance to intern at his company if he actually also he pleases. But if now that he's actually making headlines on Bloomberg, well, I'm not saying headlines, but like he's getting on Bloomberg somehow. Other companies might be interested in either hiring him or even getting into business with his company called Ground Control. So yeah, I think that's a pretty smart kind of move. It's almost like those hacker who really hacks into a company that they're interested in, and then eventually interviewing to the company and saying that I hacked your system is flawed, hence you should hire me, that kind of thing. But yeah, pretty smart, I guess. All right, what else do we have? What's this? Let's see. Fed official stress not jamming brakes on economy as hikes loom. Federal Reserve officials said they want to avoid unnecessary disrupting the U.S. economy as they prepare to start raising interest rates, showing little stomach for an aggressive 50 basis point move in March. That's good. That's very good that we are actually hearing something like this. Chairman Jerome Powell declared last week that officials were ready to raise rates at the next meeting to curb the strongest inflation in 4 decades, which will be on the 15th of March. But he declined to give specific guidance on the policy path, apart from saying that support should be removed steadily and policy had to be nimble in responding to incoming economic data. His reticence has opened the door to hiking at every meeting this year if needed, but Powell went out of his ways to indicate that officials have not made up their minds, and his colleagues on Monday echoed the caution before making public remarks. You always want to go gradually in the economy. It is in no one's interest to try to upset the economy with unexpected adjustment. But I do think the Federal Reserve is going to have to move deliberately in its decision to begin to withdraw accommodation. So yeah, let's see. Investors raised bet on the pace of increase since Powell spoke, shifting to roughly 5 this year versus the 3 that official forecast in December. So this was according to the dot plot that we actually had back in December, where most of the ratings actually left it at 0.75 interest rate by the end of 2022, basically marking that we only have 3 rate hikes this year. But a lot of us are starting to move our own estimation upwards, going to 4 or even 5. Personally, for myself, I'm thinking it's most likely going to be either 4 or it's going to be 3, but with 150 basis point increment somewhere. And ultimately, it's going to be about 1% to even 1.25%, personally thinking. So yeah. But I feel that a 50 basis point would definitely show up somewhere, especially for the whole 50 basis point. If we actually start to see the next few CPI, if we do see anything that continues to stay above 0.8%, I'm almost certain that we'll be seeing a 50 basis point increment sometime in this year's increment whenever an FOMC meeting actually happens, which is when all the interest rates usually hikes. So yeah, 50 basis points, I don't think that's too out of the question, especially with what Jerome Powell actually said in the previous FOMC meeting. He kind of reiterated the fact that he's not going to shy away from a possible 50 basis point increment. So, and because of that, I'm not gonna think that it's gonna be an impossibility anymore. And also, I can also understand that if we do see 0.7%, 0.8%, 0.9% in the upcoming CPI data, then yeah, 50 basis point really isn't something that we should completely take off the table. So yeah, if I'm actually seeing from Jerome Powell's point of view, yeah, I can totally see that happening. The first increase of that magnitude since 2000 to keep price pressure at bay. San Francisco Fed said that the rates could rise as early as March, but denied the Fed was behind the curve, cited a number of risks facing the economy in addition to the ongoing. Yeah, actually, we already know all this. So I would adjust my policy to maybe not be as aggressive in terms of raising interest rates. If inflation decelerates more than expected, exactly like what I'm saying, if inflation, if we actually see disinflation, then yeah, maybe we can actually fight for the fact that maybe interest rates can kind of cool down a little bit. We can maybe go down to maybe 2 or even 3 interest rate hikes this year, which I think that would be a lot better, because of course that simply just means that the economy has somewhat recovered, inflation has somewhat recovered. Of course, we would need to see some form of disinflation, or even most likely, well, not really, deflation to a certain extent. That's how we can maybe see some form of less aggressive raising of interest rates. But yeah. Economists arguing the Fed should move faster on rates, see demand pressure that they see the central bank needs to cool, but policymakers want to preserve flexibility in the face of considerable uncertainty over the economic outlook while COVID-19 continues to infect thousands of Americans every day. So yeah, basically everything that we already know. So I thought, I don't know why was this like headline news, but whatever. Oh, okay. This is probably the last news I would assume. By the way, this is quite important, which is India finally warms to crypto with tax digital currency. So I think that I like this a lot because sometime in, I think it was in 2021, we actually heard that India was trying to go on the route of trying to ban cryptocurrency as a whole. But right now, India actually took a step closer to adopting cryptocurrency after years of wavering on its stance, as the country seeks to keep up with the global move towards the digital assets, which I really like a lot, because I think that this way they can actually help to improve their whole country's net worth as a whole. Of course, I feel that it is better for them to actually get in early into this entire cryptocurrency situation, similar to every other country actually, because I always tell people to actually start to learn a little bit about cryptocurrency. Of course, you're not going to make big money, okay, unless you are like a really really early adopter. But yeah, I think that basically cryptocurrency open up the door to financial literacy to a bigger spectrum, even for people who are younger and people who are older, people who are just curious in general can actually get into cryptocurrency. And the best part about cryptocurrency is that the barrier of entry is very, very low. So you can basically go in at $10, $20, and some people can even go up to all the way to a few $1 million into the whole entire asset class. So it's a lot less scary as compared to stocks market or bonds or commodities and such. So yeah, I think cryptocurrency is very, very interesting, which is why I think it's very, very important for a lot of countries to not ban it. Not just because I have a own bias on it, simply because I own cryptocurrency, but I feel that it's more on the side of where a company, no, where a country basically needs to start to educate people about all these sort of assets, all these asset class, and not just ban it simply because they are unable to earn money from it. Which is why I'm happy that they are willing to do a taxing on it, because I think that makes a lot more sense. A country need to earn their own money. I think taxing is perfectly fine. Yeah. So Nation also plans to tax the income from a transfer of virtual asset at 30%, effectively removing uncertainties about the legal status of such transactions. Yeah. So basically, before they didn't allow this at all. Right now they are putting it at 30%. Of course, 30% is very, very steep. But at the same time, if you are just putting it at 30%, a lot of time right now, you can easily get more than 30%. And I think this actually opens up to more education around the financial asset than just trying to just bottleneck it by saying, okay, you know what, you guys are banned from using it whatsoever, which is like personal thought. Cash dependent, India joins country, including China, in pushing forward with digital vision for their currency as they look to harness new technology to make transaction more efficient. At the same time, the steep tax rate on crypto could dissuade trades that has been soaring in India, despite the central bank's warning about the risk of money laundering, terrorist financing, and price volatility. So yeah, like I said before, I think that is still, it kind of makes sense since they do want to just put in this whole tax rate on this cryptocurrency. But of course, this might also, like what they say, dissuade people from actually trading. But I feel that dissuading is one thing, but after you actually take the tax into consideration, whatever that you actually take from it, be it the profits, the loss, I think at the end of the day, the knowledge is the most important thing. Which is why for people who are actually starting into new coins, new projects, and how to even trade cryptocurrency, I think that's like, I think like 80% of the entire world still do not know how to do. 80% or even 90% of people still do not know how to do that for cryptocurrency, and that's why I think it's still quite dangerous. So just start anytime. Imposing the tax rate makes crypto trading official now, and any concern of a ban is off the table. That's great. So yeah, a crypto exchange platform based in Singapore. Apparently, that's the reason why they say it. Since the relatively high tax rate could prompt traders to move to platforms in other countries, which would reduce revenue for the Indian government. So far, India doesn't have any law regulating trading in virtual coins, though it has proposed to ban early this year. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember them talking about it, where they were like thinking that, we should ban it. Turkey said they should ban it. Russia said they will ban it. China, well, they said they will ban it every single year. But there's a lot of countries that actually came out and said, okay, you know what, we do not understand this asset, hence you ban it. Because we do not understand it, our citizens will not understand it. If our citizens do not understand it, they might lose money dealing with it. Hence, we need to ban it. So I think, yeah, pretty bad. But anyway, that didn't stop millions of Indians from jumping on to the wave of global demand for digital asset. The local market surged 641% in the year through June 2021, according to the October report from Chain Analysis, an industry research firm. So yeah, like I said, it makes sense for the people to actually start to adopt various possible learning strategies on how they can actually start working with cryptocurrency instead of just banning them as a whole. But yeah, basically that was the last news, and I would have to prepare for another dinner, another reunion dinner of sorts, because it's the first day of Chinese New Year. So yeah, you have no idea. I have to do so many red packets to little kids, and I'm not even married. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.